Okay, the recording has started. So again, good a good morning, and as I said, that we are going today to look at the how to work further with the project. We finished today the seminar series. It's the last session, and in this last session, we are going first of all to look at how to work further, and also how uh, to get the different developers group working. Also to have a division of the developers over the different groups. This is something that we already discussed, and we received already some feedback now 2 weeks ago, but I think it's good to finalize that. Maybe it's good to have a look at the different tasks. I will, for that, share my screen and then look at the document and what has to be done. And I see someone. Hello, Omar. I see the live stream. Share your screen. Okay. Delen. Normally. What is it doing? It's not sharing well. I have to do it again or not? I'm looking. And what do we see on? Sorry, I have to look always at the same time on the live stream, and for one reason, okay. Oh yes, it's okay. Okay, so remember that we are working with an information environment, a research environment, and a learning environment. And as with open source software, and that we have to work on the interoperability of these environments. That's an important screen always, and I think it's good to remember that. What today we want is, in fact, to look at the strategy and also at the different developers teams, the library, the education, and the research developers teams. I'm going straight to the new document because that's what there you will find the information that we need to work on. Because in the end, we need to have an overview of all the teams, and therefore I made this document that I shared already over Telegram, where the information has to be filled out. It means that for every university, we need to know who will be part of the different teams. Still, it is important to know that the teams will work in their environment, library and information on one part, education on the other part, and research. But also working on the interoperability of the different environments, and also developing services for the Cuban universities with the tools, with the platforms. So a little bit a description of the task. We already have talked about it, and we received yesterday specifically for ABCD, or it was yesterday, I think, a sort of status, and I can see if I can open it because where is it? Is it this one? With can I change this? Oh, I cannot open it immediately. But anyway, already there is a clear point of view from the team of ABCD at UCI that a few aspects has to be changed. Simply about the usage of the Java, the GDK. Also, some modules has to be updated, and statistics. I think who sent the Lorena, you sent that information. Do you have to add something about that, Lorena? Some other people, I don't know if you hear me. We don't hear you. I don't hear nothing. Other people hear something. Hello.
Hello, Mark.
Hello. Yes.
Hello, Omar.
It's Omar. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Lorena has this moment a meeting,
Okay.
and she sent to the group some aspects
Yes.
related with the ABCD, and this work um, was developed for the main developer in the UC related with the ABCD,
Okay.
and some special aspects related with the development. This the free version, and
I can
have
access it.
yes, have some updated, especially in statistic and catalog model. In this sense, I think we need to think of related with the change HODAISIS, but now it's possible updated for the last version for HODAISIS. In this case, changing the GDK Java Developer Kit, and it's possible to change to the version 8. And in general, ABC could be used the same base. Um, this could be possible, and I think it is related with the task. We need to analyze in deep. It's necessary to change the HODAISIS model. Thinking about two related with Mark 21 standard, because the main trends related with the digital library are related more READA standard. We need to think about this in general, but so it's all it's only some aspects related with the ABCD.
Okay. No, I think we have two things about it. We have the tasks, and your suggestion is also to look at some improvements that can be made on the actual ABCD with GISIS. Is it something to take in a sort of working in a work path that we work already on improvement of ABCD based on GISIS, and then evaluate if we can go further with GISIS or go to alternatives? Or is it better to go immediately to alternatives with the issues that are also mentioned? Okay, I see that Carlos is not is on the wrong platform. No, what do you think about the task on that? Mm.
I think it's well, because we need to have a deep analysis
Yes, that's for sure.
related with all aspects in ABCD.
Mm.
I
That's for
see.
sure. That I'm agreeing completely. But also, do we need to focus completely on this analysis, or and going immediately to resolve it completely, or do we take a step to work on what is possible and described in the document of Lorena?
Yeah, I think it's the first step, in my opinion, is thinking about the ISIS, because
Okay.
I think it's important aspect, because
Mhm.
it's the core, it's the core for the ABCD, and we need to analyze in deep, because the support have some changes. Um, we need to analyze in deep.
Mhm.
In my opinion, in the first step, uh, I think it's possible some data, and we need, if you work in with the philosophy, it's possible to have the opportunity with the current version to the ABCD using GESIS, but it's only my opinion, and we analyze it with the other developers.
No, I think it's a political decision. I mean, GISIS, nobody is taking care of it, and doesn't have a community. That's
Yes,
a
yes, yes.
serious drawback. If we work further with GISIS, then Cuba will have to make a community and really create a FLOSS community completely. If you work with other tools, you come back to Elasticsearch and such other tools which already has a community, or other
Yeah.
NoSQL. And it is an important choice. Do we have the capacity in the end to create the community to continue GISIS?
Yes, I understand. Well, we need to analyze in deep.
No, 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 I know. But at the same time, is it already worthwhile to do an upgrade while in the end maybe we go another direction? That's
Yes, I think we need to research related that.
okay. So first the research, and then to see if we are going to use and upgrade GISIS, or we do it with other tools.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm?
I think that.
Okay. Other other ideas, Grizzly, people from other universities. With I have to tell everybody that Febe is getting his vaccination today, his vaccine, and so he doesn't have good connection and is able to listen, but not really to have some interventions. Okay, I think it is now important to get the developers' names on it and ask for ABCD that. Okay, and I see Grizzly has some problems with connection. Okay, anyway, any comments later are important. We will need. Okay, if we need to have also, besides the developers, some people like Grizzly, like Carlos, like Manuel, people also from all the universities with library approach to also to look at the policy of it. Not because it's not only a question of comparing the softwares, but also to see what how it is. What are the needs in the end? Okay. So we will receive from you all the developers' names and create a group rather quickly for ABCD, and this group will surely be a real developers group. It needs to look at GIs, it needs to look at alternatives, it needs to, in the end, build up ABCD and support it as a community. And we are focused then on the FLOSS aspect as well. Okay, that's one team in the end. The second team in the end will work with Moodle. There is no issue around. Moodle is the platform for education. In that way, the task is rather simple. It is more directed to have the Moodles everywhere running, and maybe to create Docker services that other universities can install it also very quickly without any problem. These type of services, and of course the aspect of interoperability. That's also an aspect to look at. It is also less a task to create a community, but the participation to a worldwide FLOSS community is important. While in our first group, we probably can choose our tools, and that was the discussion of last Wednesday, where we can choose, for example, more easily for a GitLab. With Moodle, I guess that the community is using GitHub, so you need also to follow a little bit that path. But again, we need some developers. Some comments on this group, on this team.
Well, Mark,
Yes,
well, I think you say almost everything. As you say, in Moodle, there's a huge community. We will just need to incorporate into that community. Oh, let me ask you, Mark, because I'm ashamed. My screen was shared.
Was
shared. Yeah, did I share my screen? I say
No.
some minutes ago you say I see that Carlos is on the.
It's
I see.
no. It's Carlos from Holguin,
Okay.
who was on Telegram.
Okay, Mark, I just want to quote here that for those who are in this space or Vivo, I was working on a plugin on an ontology and a script that generates an ontology, and I would like to share it with the development team of Vivo or the space. I will put it on the chat just for them to check it and test it in order to see if it's something in which I should work more, or the team could work on that. Just that. Okay. But Moodle, I think that everything is safe.
I think it's also good to have to work with the people of Seba on these things, because they also work on ontologies, or work on Thesauri, working with tools to create these things. Huh? And I think we need to work very closely together with Raphael and his group in UPR on these topics.
Hello, Mark. I agree with you. I think with this topic in Moodle, we have work and research yet, but I think to research in the interoperability of with other platform. So this is a topic we have to investigate and learn the service the Cuban University.
Okay, I have to. Now I see what's going on with my screen. Something is not go. Now I see. Okay. Then for Moodle, again, we ask names that every university will give us the names. It was clear last session about the ecosystem that we have people like Carlos Palacios, like Sergio, people from UCI, as well as from Camagüey. So we have surely a large group. I think when we have all the names, this will be one of the aspects to create again new Telegram groups to cooperate with the groups. We will have, in fact, the three groups here about library education and research, and also everybody will be following the interoperability issues in a general group. Okay, Moodle is rather straightforward. The research team there, we have to think about in which direction we are going. There has been in the past a large effort about SFacil, but as I already told last time, SFacil by itself is maybe less relevant if we see the evolutions in other software like DSpace 7, DSpace 7 Chris, Polaris, and so on. That's a task to evaluate the status and the relevance, and also if other approaches based on the IDs we had with SFacil, having a separate tool to submit metadata in other systems, of this is still relevant, and that maybe we can still do that, but from existing tools like Zotero. That's one aspect. Another aspect is more about the repository where everybody is using DSpace, and but all the versions of DSpace. DSpace 7 is available in August normally, and the DSpace Chris 7 is already available. Is this a path to take, or do we have to look at Vivo more? Do we have or the Polaris OS as Chris system? It will also, this discussion is not a discussion only with the research group. It will also be a discussion with, for example, ABCD. If there is a very positive evaluation of Polaris OS, then it will influence also the possibilities to use it in the research community. Also, how are we going to divide the tasks of these tools? Do we have a specific platform for open access, which is the DSpace at the moment? Or do we want to integrate that in a research information system? And then DSpace Chris is probably the most relevant. If we separate it, we can look at Vivo, Polaris OS. Polaris OS can also be a repository, but I don't think that at the moment we will move easily from DSpace as a repository to Polaris OS, because there is two things. There is a knowledge in all the universities, and at the same time, there is a national policy, I thought. Okay, you see, there is a lot to think about. Last time, Raphael told me that in UPR there is surely interest to look at this topic. I hope and I think it is necessary that also other universities are joining. And I think also we have to make an evaluation. And the people who have worked in the past on SFACIL, like Erdin, will have to work on this evaluation. And again, there is a policy level about what path is the most relevant. An evolution from DSpace 6 to 7, an evolution from DSpace 6 to DSpace Chris 7, or a more or a more separate path between repository and research information system. Any comments on that? Okay, I don't hear much comments about it. I don't see. I see people. I see, for example, Jose, who worked in the past on the SFACIL. Do you have some questions about this these tasks? No feedback. Okay. So now it is important. I don't know if already some names can be put in the different groups, in the different teams. That would be very nice if someone already can say, "Oh, we can already put this name in this task, and maybe look at a specific task." And there, I think about. I don't know if Grizzly in the meantime has a better connection, or Omar. I don't see. I don't see Carlos or other people or other focal points. Mabel, for example, I don't know if you can give some feedback about the possibilities. No feedback. So then, okay, and I see that Grizzly's microphone is not working. Okay, I think we will need. What my proposal is now, it's now very simple. That the different yes. Mhm. Okay, I see that Juan Carlos has a concern. I see that Grizzly is giving some names. That's nice. That's and it's the names that we know about ABCD. Juan Carlos, do you want to talk? I can't hear you. I will see. Your microphone is off, eh? Juan Carlos. Can I unmute you? No. You should not. We cannot hear you, Juan Carlos. Can you write it down then? No, I think besides asking that everybody that we receive all, that Faber and I receive all the developers' names by on the document we prepared. Also, maybe some specification where their interests are. Even the idea to give the developers' names by team. Huh? But even in that team, you can tell that the people are looking more at one aspect or other aspect. For example, Febe also made a comment that that it is not only about plugins but also about programming tasks for the interoperability. And yes, I think again, there is always two layers. That there is the participation in the community, and on the other hand, working with a sort of Cuban community, with the Cuban needs. And linking both will be surely relevant, but I can imagine that this development is made on a local base and then proposed to the international community, for example. Okay, I see. I will open the comment of Grizzly, and she gives one Julio Cesar Baez for ABCD, Sergio y Carlos for Moodle. We have for DSpace a student in informatics, and one for computer science, and also for ABCD. So simply, if everybody is filling out this information in the form, that is the easiest way. The form, I left it on the here on the ELINF Tech webinars. Here the tasks ODT. There you can fill it out. I prefer to have it separate. I was thinking to work with the Google document, but it's good that every university fill out this document, and then we will bring it together in a Google document that everybody can share.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, great. Okay, what I was talking about, my concern is related with the reach we could get to a worldwide free, libre, open source software community. That's a call, one of the core principles of the project, and it's reflected in each task. We have been talking about hosting our code or in our own GitLab instances, be it in the University of Camagüey, Las Villas, or Havana, or wherever, but in our own infrastructure. But I see a potential problem with the reach we can have with that community by hosting our own code, because if we want people to get it, and not just the source code by downloading, but actually interacting with the project and contributing to the project eventually. I think one of the major online code services could be a better option, like GitHub.com and GitHub.com, or maybe a hybrid approach with some part of the code in our infrastructure and some part that we want to potentiate a bigger reach, a bigger participation to be on GitHub or GitLab.com, especially GitHub, because of the large developer community.
I'm rather sure that it will be a sort of two-level. When you work in Cuba, probably it will be more on the platforms that has been chosen, and then I think GitLab was the most popular at the moment. But but at the same time, if you want to be part of a larger community, that larger community will regularly use GitHub how to synchronize that, that's I don't know. I'm not a specialist on that, but I can imagine that even if you use GitLab locally, you can you can push sometimes interesting ideas to a GitHub. Huh? It will depend a little bit on the on the community policy. That's I'm sure, because you not I there is a there is probably a form of security to keep the code stable. I guess that, but okay. That's for sure that you will have to work on different levels. Or do you have another idea about that?
No, just wanted to hear if you have any previous experience with this kind of splitting or any other idea. But yes, eventually we have put something in the probably GitLab.com to avoid interoperational issues with local GitLab instances and GitHub.com. GitHub has a broader audience, but GitLab is growing as well. So
okay. I know that and the people who worked on SFacil and also the ABCD code at a certain time, or it was at minimum the build up code, the builded code that was made available on a GitHub on GitHub.com. Huh? So there is some experience with that, but at the same time, always working with the international platforms can be as well a problem. Of communication problems, I guess.
Actually, GitLab.com could be an issue. It's a great product, but is currently blocking connection from Cuba.
Yes. Okay. GitLab or GitLab?
GitLab. Yes. It's blocked for Cuba.
Okay, so that's one of the reasons that the people of SFacil and ABC and like Erdin and like in the and like Leandro that we set up in the past a GitHub a repository on the GitHub platform. Okay, that's something also that all the different teams will have to think about, and therefore you see that the teams have specific tasks, but also they have tasks to they have common issues to work on. And at the same time, also common goals, and surely the common goals are these developing services, working with all the tools that has been discussed in the last months, is something that is not a specific part of the task of a developer team. Everybody is confronted with that. Also, at the same time, these interoperability issues, and there we will come back later with specific sessions to work on the goals of interoperabilities and on the discussions which has been made in the past. We will come back to it with all the groups. But first of all, we need the names and a little bit background, and as well a little bit the specific interest in the teams. That's the things that we need, and it would be good to have them before the end of next week. Now it's Friday. Next Friday, it's today the 2nd, the 9th of July, I would like to ask the focal points that they discuss with their team members, how in which team they want to be placed and what their interests are. Febe and I, we also will contact you in the next weeks. Hopefully, we can in September visit different universities, different developers teams, different developers, and we will also work on this on the different teams, very specifically set up the necessary Telegram groups, the necessary then give the more specific tasks further on. Okay. Any question? Any comment? Then we can close the session today. Okay. Have a nice Friday and a nice weekend, and then see you soon in Cuba. Normally, I'm tomorrow evening already in Havana. So, and I hope then to be able to visit the different universities in the next months. Bye.